We're going to do our top 10 NFL QB rankings. At one, I have Patrick Mahomes. I think 1 through 5, we're going to have a lot of similarities here, but Patrick Mahomes at one, you can't really argue it. He's been phenomenal, already has a few Super Bowls. He's just been top of the league, no question.
Yeah, there's really nothing I can say to that. I agree our top five is probably going to consist of a lot of the same guys, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes, number one, two Super Bowls in a row, going for number three. Can't really say anything else.
At two, I have Josh Allen. He has just been up there with Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion. Like, you can't get a QB who could give you as many rushing yards and rushing touchdowns as him while also being able to sling it as well as he does. He is phenomenal, very versatile. He is one of the only quarterbacks in history with 40 plus touchdowns in 4 seasons. I got Josh Allen at two.
Yeah, Josh Allen at two is a good choice. He had somewhere around 50 touchdowns, including in the playoffs last year. If you include his rushing touchdowns, I think he had 15 rushing touchdowns just in the regular season. So yeah, I think that's a good bet at number two.
My three is Joe Burrow. His field vision is phenomenal. He's one of the only people to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. He has been great. He's dealing with injuries, but I'm gonna put him at three.
Number three, yeah, I got Joe Burrow. People are forgetting a little bit how good this guy is because of all the injuries that were nagging him last year. Some people are going to knock him because of all the constant injuries that he does have, but I think that this dude is a great quarterback whenever he's healthy, and I think he's going to be healthy this year. He's got a couple good weapons still. I think he's nothing to forget about.
At four, I have Lamar Jackson here. He has been great. His passing has progressively gotten better and better every season. 2 MVPs. I have to have him after Joe Burrow there.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy kind of are battling for this four spot for me. I personally am not a big Lamar Jackson guy, and I think that Brock Purdy is going to prove a lot of people wrong this year. So I put Brock Purdy at four, which is probably going to be very unpopular. But I personally don't believe in Lamar Jackson's MVP year last year. So
I have Brock Purdy 5, but I do think having him after Lamar is kind of crazy. Lamar just put up an MVP year, had another one MVP year. Can't forget about that. He's been absolutely phenomenal. I think that's a little bit of a hot take, but I have Brock Purdy 5. I'm also really high on Brock Purdy.
yeah,
He's
it's more of a
phenomenal.
future take. It's more of a future take than it is what they've done take. But
Yeah. I have Brock Purdy 5. And then at 6, I have Dak Prescott. He has just been great in the regular season, putting up insane numbers, but he just can't get over that hump in the playoffs. And I think that is really what hit his ranking here.
yeah, I got Dak six too. His playoff performance is really the only thing that knocks him down. He's phenomenal in the regular season. He gets around 4,000 yards a year, I believe. That's top quarterback in the league. So if he could just perform in the playoffs, he would be top five, but can't.
At 7, I have Matthew Stafford. Has a Super Bowl a couple years ago. He's been great, gunslinger. He is one of my favorite quarterbacks to watch. I have him at 7.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford's another guy I'm not too high on. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got CJ Stroud at seven. Young guy, a lot like Brock Purdy. He's not proven much yet, but I think going forward he's gonna definitely be a top 10 quarterback.
At 8, I have CJ Stroud right behind you. I just think, yeah, he had an insane year last year. It was phenomenal, but we've only had a 1 year sample size. That's why he's not higher to me, but he was great. So he's in my top 10.
Yeah, my number eight is Justin Herbert. I think a lot of people are forgetting about him too after his injured season last year, but rookie season phenomenal. Had a 5,000 yard season after that. The guy is capable of a lot, especially now with comprehensive coaching and some decent weapons to go along with him. He's never really had both at the same time. I think Justin Herbert's going to have a great year this year and probably move up a couple spots by the end of the year. But after last season, I can't really put him much higher than eight.
I have Justin Herbert at 9. I'd love to see him have a great year. I just don't really see with the weapons he has. He also has not been able to get over the hump in the playoffs. I think 9 and 10 could be swapped out with a lot of people, but Justin Herbert is a great quarterback. He's top 10 worthy. I just think if he did more in the playoffs, he would be higher.
Yeah, I have Jordan Love at 9. I think even after just one season, I think in his high points, he's shown that if he can just put those good games together, he's going to be a great quarterback. You just got to get those kinks out. He sat behind one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I'm sure he learned a lot of useful stuff. Had a little bit of a working year getting it all together, and still had at the end of the year a phenomenal run in the playoffs, to me at least. So I got Jordan Love at 9.
I have Jordan Love at 10. Like you said, he sat behind one of the best quarterbacks for a few years, learned a lot, came out last year in his first season starting and was absolutely phenomenal. Got them a playoff win. He definitely deserves a top 10 spot. There's a few other guys I'd love to put here, but Jordan Love was phenomenal last year.
Yeah, my number 10, like you said, could be interchanged with probably five different guys, but I had to put Aaron Rodgers there. I know he didn't play last season. I know his last season in Green Bay might not have been the best, but we're talking about one of the best quarterbacks that we've ever seen throwing the football. Coming off an Achilles, I probably might have too much faith in him, but I got him at number 10.
I wanted to put Aaron in there, but I just thought a few other guys deserved a little more. Like Matthew Stafford, he's also getting a little older, but he's been phenomenal. I think all these guys in the top 10 deserve it. Like you said, a couple guys could be swapped out.